Looks like we're live on a Wednesday afternoon. How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody's name popping up. Yeah, Dean, first one in the shop today. Dean, it's good to see your name. Jerry King, big hello to you and to Donna. Hope everybody's doing all right. And it sounds like everybody's hot. That's what it sounds like. But also, Dean's got a great comment here. But Carrie, 537 days, no coffee or caffeine. Ha, it's 107 right now. So I'm not sure which is the bigger event there, Carrie, but good job on good discipline there. Coffee, it just doesn't happen for me without the coffee. And a lot of coffee too. Yeah. So anyway, hope everybody's doing all right on a good Wednesday afternoon. We got some stuff to talk about. We did a challenge. What a mistake. Yeah, I'll get into that. I hope nobody else felt the same way, but I've learned a few things about my bin over here, and we're going to talk about that. But we've got a good product of the week, and we've got some fun stuff to look at. All right, so let's see what's going on over here. We've got to go through the comments. I tried my best to go through the comments from last time, but like I said, I think our chat rate, which I believe is your comment average per minute, maybe it's over 600 of them. I did my best, and we'll come back because I was looking for one comment in particular. But we'll talk about that too when we start talking about the challenge. But I got another challenge for you. Let's see if this one goes a little bit better. I'm hoping it will. So let's see. Hot everywhere. Lane McCullough is with us. Good, Lane. Always good to see your name pop up. Hello, right back to London. I would just love a trip to London. Now, okay, on that topic, if I by chance win the lottery, Lane, Chris, Dean, y'all, I'm going to come see you. Absolutely. I promise that. Here in the US, we do the Mega Millions and the Powerball, the lotteries. And I don't really buy lottery tickets. You can't win if you don't, right? You don't play. And also, there's always those people that say, "Oh, that's the worst possible investment you can make." Yeah, not for the person that wins it, right? Turns $4 into $750 million. Well, okay, so we've got one. Let me see. I think the Powerball, that's the big one. That's $1 billion. $1 billion. Okay, I could make that work. Okay, and then the mega ball is that anyway? That's like 750 million. Now, I could squeeze by on that. I could, with a little budgeting, I could make that work. But the billion, that would give, let's have a good safety net. So I don't know if we're going to buy tickets or not. Every time we buy these stupid tickets, I get it's like 20 bucks, you know, oh, what's 20 bucks? Well, 15 minutes later, when you don't even get a single number, right? How is that possible? Okay, well, that wasn't a good investment. Now just might as well wad up $20 and throw it in the trash can. But again, the person that wins it, and you can win smaller prizes too. I think one time it was like 500 million. I won $2. Yeah, who's the man? Right. Anyway, so I don't know if we're going to buy tickets or not. Seems like a pretty quick waste of money. Anyway, so let's see. Christopher Stack. Happy Wednesday from Buffalo, New York. I'm glad you're with us. Good to see your name pop up. Y'all are in my prayers, our prayers here because of the flooding. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. We haven't really had any of the flooding this far south. It's been a little irritating. We've had rain, but like Interstate 85 is like 1 mile that way. That way. Yeah. The rain comes barreling out of the northeast, gets to 85 and dies. And we don't get a drop. Anyway, so, but for y'all with the severe flooding, Pennsylvania, Bucks County, prayers are with y'all. Absolutely, they are. It's just hot here, but we're not nearly as hot as everybody else. Let's see, Nan Parsons. Let's see, hello, Carrie, Jerry, Dean. Let's see, yeah, Carrie, that's great. We are over 100 here as well. That's hot. And typically here it's like 90 degrees and 90% humidity. And it's just, oh, getting out of a shower in the summer, just you're sweating 5 minutes later. You go outside and you're like a sponge. Anyway, okay, we're going to talk about leather today. We may talk a little bit about food. I'm sure that's going to work into the conversation. Yeah, but we're going to talk about leather. So let's see. Let's move down here. I'm sorry I can't hit every comment. I really am. Um, I wish I could, but I'll do my best to see as many of these. We had some great names last time. I was going through the comments from last time this morning, and I've just wrangled out a couple of names, just new folks. Say hello. First off, if you're back with us, thanks for being here, and I hope it's worth your time. I hope it's worth your time. I hope we got some good information, but at the same time, I hope it's fun. That's the biggest point. We got the best craft in the world, hands down. I'm not biased. That's simply a fact. I don't think there's any other natural material or manufactured material that you can make so many products from that basic material. I just don't think there is. And I mean, welcome to argue with me on that one. Absolutely. And another one here, I think we're the first human craft. I think now the woodworkers, they have a legitimate argue there, or the wood chippers. Yeah, they call us the cow jockeys. So, friendly, right? It's friendly. But one of us has the true title of the oldest human craft. I think it's because we were cold. Right, right. Yeah, a nice big fur coat really helped out. Uh, but I have read that leather shoes, an invention, something as basic as a pair of shoes for us. I don't know how many thousands of years ago, but that allowed us to go further, faster, and oddly enough, we could now carry things. A simple pouch, a simple bag allowed us to carry things without using our hands. Anyway, big, long history. And I've always said I'm going to dive deeper into the history of leathercraft. That's on the retirement bucket list. And not retiring anytime in the near future. Yeah. So again, I've kind of figured this out. I'm going to be here another 6, 7 years. I just turned 60, about to be 61. Wow. Did this get here fast? Anyway, the point is, at least gonna do, another 5 to 7, somewhere in there. The point is doing a video every week. I only have to come up with 350 more ideas. Crap. That's a lot of ideas. But you know what? As it stands, we're okay because I've got a schedule. I didn't grab it, it's on my desk, but I've got a schedule all the way to November of the videos, the subjects for both videos. We're going to do videos, or we've always tried to do videos, the leather element project, leather element, right, back and forth, back and forth. So I think I've got us all the way up to November. Um, and I'd love to say, here's all the cool things we're working on, but I think our common thought process there is the competition. Yeah, we got to stay ahead of that competition, right? Does anybody see Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Oh, Stephen Root. I loved him since News Radio, right? Jimmy James. Does anybody? That was a great show. Of course, I have a broadcast, right? So that WKRP in Cincinnati was actually written about a radio station here in Atlanta at the time. But nonetheless, anyway, all right, so enough of that. Let's keep moving over here. All right, Dean's got a great comment here. Got to mention this. We get several really nice days a year here. This isn't one of them. That's Dean. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. And my dad always says, be careful when you're going to move somewhere looking at their average temperature, because if it says the average temperature is 70 degrees, wow, how nice is that? Well, technically that's an average, because that means in the winter it's 0 and in the summer it's 140. So yeah, the average is nice. It's just us. But anyway, and we passed, was it June 20th? I think is when the days start getting shorter for us on this side of the planet, right? For y'all on the south side, summer's a coming. And I would be excited about that. But after all these hot days, fall's a coming. And I'm excited about that as well. But we ain't done with this summer yet. We ain't done yet. The days are getting shorter, but we're not going to talk about that. It's still summer. I love summer simply because I think I commented to my wife, and my wife's with us. I saw Jill. Hey, babe. I commented the other night, I'm only wearing 2 pieces of clothing. Yeah, right. I like that very much. But it's also sometime around February. I'm just used to wearing 3 shirts, sweats, socks. Still, I love some things about the winter, particularly that we can tuck into our shop. And that's one of my favorite times to work leather. Again, we've talked about this. I know I keep going on about all this stuff, but for the folks that are new, here's what I'm talking about. We get tucked in on our shop on a cold winter night, it's frost on the window, got some good tunes going, got a hot cup of coffee, cold beer, and we're working on a project. Perfect moment. They don't come often enough, right? But it's a perfect moment. The only thing that makes that better is if someone's with us, our spouse, our kids, our family, friends, relatives, neighbors, that takes it up a step. It actually does. And our challenge actually pertains to that a little bit, but we're going to come back around to that. So let's see. So I know I was supposed to say this up front, but first off, to everybody that's with us today, thanks for being here. Let's talk some leather. Let's joke and laugh and trade some techniques, some information. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Get together. We're kind of lone wolves. Again, for the new folks. We kind of work in our shop by ourselves. Typically, at least I do. Um, we'll have a friend, relative, whatnot, maybe come over once in a while, make a belt, something like that. And that's fun, but they're not really into it. They're not, they're not looking to jump into leathercraft, which that's who we're looking for, right? That's who we're looking for. So anyway, that's one of my favorite times, especially with the holidays coming up. Now, also, I do want to mention a downside here. Okay, we've got a fan club, Facebook, Chuck Dorsett fan page. Um, I think if we're not there, we are. Let me look. Let me look because I want to make sure I get this right. Um, we've got a big family. Okay. The point is 8.8, 8,800 members in our family. That's a big family. Birthdays are going to be a problem. Yeah, I think I figured that out. What do we got to do? What do we got to do? 60 projects a week to make sure everybody in our family gets a gift, right? Wow, that's a tall order. We're leather crafters. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get all over it. So anyway, but also too, which brings to mind, um, some folks like, and we've all had these, we make a really cool project at Christmas. Maybe it's a coworker or family, distant family member. We make something, we love it. We have a great time with it. We give them to like, oh, that's nice. Yeah, yeah. Okay, next year, you'll be lucky if you get a card, right? You'll be lucky if you get a card because that's one of the best parts of leathercraft is taking something we put all that love and time and design in and had a great time made. We give it to somebody and they just love it. That's one of the best parts of leathercraft. Anyway, okay. Um, yeah, Carrie talking about no coffee. Man, that is huge. That is huge. Okay, Jerry King. Right, great one. Great one. And I'll mention why. Okay, my cell phone died the other day. Got a new one. Okay. So now I have to make a new cell phone case. Score! We have a new we have a new project. And leather again, Jerry, that's a perfect example because we don't make, and I always use this as the perfect example because I remember doing this. Does anybody like in first grade make a little clay change? It used to be an ashtray, but now it's like a little clay change thing, plate, bowl, and it crumbles, and our parents keep it on the shelf for a couple of years, but eventually the thing just crumbles, right? Leather is not the same way. In fact, well, let's look at this because, all right, with this challenge, last time we were together, I challenged us all. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't have the same outcome I did because it did not go well here. And I'll explain why. But anyway, leather is going to last and last. Okay, I've been trying to figure this out because going through my bin and all right, well, I know I got so many questions on this, but we'll come back to this because somebody gave it a perfect name last time, and I can't remember who it was, and I could not find that comment to save my life. Anyway, this is the first gun belt I ever made. Had to be in the 90s. I'm thinking it's been in the 90s. Now I haven't been using it. I haven't been wearing it. It's been hanging on my wall for gosh, what's that, 20 plus years? I mean, you could tell this was before I really started to hand sew, so I actually just did a running stitch on the edge. The thing is I cut this on a bias, and I don't cut my gun belts on a bias anymore, almost for this reason, learning process. But what happened? I cut this on the bias, okay, craft fail, because I came back in down here, and I just sunk in with a background, a swivel, and a bevel, and a backgrounder. I sunk this in, backgrounded it, and dropped in. Here's the problem, okay, because this is on this side of the belt. As I stamped this, the belt started to get more and more and more round. So now instead of kind of like that cool gunslinger look, now it looks like a skirt, right? It hangs out all the way around us like that. Lesson learned, but the point is, this has got to be 25 years old. I could put it on right now. I don't even have the gun that used to go in this. I don't even remember. I think it was a 380, and I traded it in on my 9mm now. I don't even remember what goes in that, but got the letters stamped. I didn't even see those, C and D. the point is that our projects are going to last probably longer than we will. But the better part, we don't put them on a shelf somewhere and walk by and go, hey, that's pretty. We wear them. We get to show them off. And people come up and say, wow, that's nice. My briefcase, it's right there. We've seen it, blah, blah. I swear, I'm not kidding here. I get a compliment on that briefcase every airport I walk through or every airplane I get on. Somebody mentions. I think the last time somebody said, "Did you make that?" Like, "Oh, absolutely, I did." They just, "Wow, that's." I know we're hams. We try to keep that tamp down, but it's there, right? It's there. We love that. We love that. Anyway, so let's do this. Excuse me. Let me do this first. There we go. Make sure we come back up. I usually get a text from the boss saying we're okay, but I guess we know we're okay. I mean, I would certainly know it if we were not okay, if we didn't have audio. But anyway, okay, so let's say, yeah, so Jerry King coming all the way back around the barn on that one. I hope you have a great time. I hope you make a beautiful cell phone case. But what a great project. I mean, a project falls in your lap. So I think a lot of us buy things simply so we can make leather goods. A motorcycle is almost in that category for me because a motorcycle, oh crap, that is the most rich hunting ground for leather projects in the history of ever. And, oh, so I want to buy a motorcycle. I used to ride dirt. I grew up riding dirt. Husqvarna 350 WXC, best bike on the trails. Anyway, street. Oh man, how many things are there to make just for a motorcycle and the rider? Ah, I almost want to buy a motorcycle just for that. I never rode street because my mom was an OR nurse. I had a mini bike. That's as far as that went. There was no nonsense about that after that. Right. So anyway, that's just a point. Yeah, still I'd love to. Anyway. Okay. So let's see. Oh, Nan Parsons. All right. Talking about Carrie without the caffeine. I did that with soda. I'd see, Nan, that's my problem. That's my hang up. I love Cokes. I love them. I try to restrict myself to one a day, but then at sometime late in the day, I'm like, screw it. Drink a damn Coke, right? It's not like I'm just. Oh, and here's another one. Okay, we'll talk about this because talking about size is just what made me think of it. Because, all right, well, I know because I keep bringing, we'll talk about this. It's a funny point, but we'll come back to this. Okay, so let's see. Night for today is with us. Greetings from Southern Indiana. Night for today. I hope you're doing good. Glad to see your name pop up. All right, y'all. Y'all are the ones that make this happen. It really is. Listening to me wax on. Yeah, that's like 5 minutes of content and probably 55 minutes of just blah, blah. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I changed my lighting a little bit. I hope seems to be a little bit better. I tried to pull it back. Where I get my hair cut, they have it's so beautiful. They have little kiosks, we common. Well, they've got this lighting, and it just makes you look terrible. It's all overhead lighting, and it's all right here. Your overhead lighting just gives us all shadows, makes us look 20 years older. It does. And right now I'm struggling with that. Yeah, right crossing that line. Anyway, I keep telling them, y'all, every time I'm there, and they're like, I keep saying, bring a little light from underneath, kind of bring it up. Can you imagine what would happen to their tips if somebody sits down, they get a simple haircut, and they look 20 years younger? Here, take everything I got in my wallet. You're a magician. It's America. They just like, yeah, okay, that'd be a great idea. Just me, just your tips. But anyway, so I kind of pushed my fluorescent back a little bit, kind of brought in some more yellow from the sides. Let's see if this helps a little bit. I also noticed my shop is a damn mess. Because of this challenge. Like I said, yeah, I put my foot in it on that one. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Let's see. Oh, I've fallen behind already. And I cleaned my glasses so I can actually read these now. How cool is that? Wow, we can do that. Oh, let's see, KEG. Is that right? KEG. Oh, KC. See, I said my glasses are clean, but they suck. Okay, there we go. KCG, if Weaver loses Chuck, I'll never watch another video. Bless your heart. Thank you for that. That means more than you know. It really does. Bless your heart. I'm not going anywhere. As it stands, I'm not going anywhere. No, I really. Ooh, we need to give him a raise. Yeah, that's where I'm going with that one. Yeah, that's right. So, uh, Chris Gould. Chris, first off, thanks for being here. I'd love to see your name pop up. I look 20 years younger in the dark. It's a good. I've always been a big fan of low lighting. Chris, I think you're onto something right there. Yeah, low lighting. Uh, oh, Steve Walter. I have a checkbook cover I made in 1968. It's your first project and you still have it. No kid, that's cool. Steve, I'm glad you brought that up. Um, it's funny too that you bring that up because that's kind of our tip for the new folks this week. It's kind of a funny one. It's about overdoing it. So, Steve, not about your wallet, but the example I'm going to use is a checkbook wallet or a pair of them that I made for my neighbor. We'll come back to that. Uh, hey, Shane Cessna. Shane, I haven't seen your name in a while. I've been a little worried. Let's see. I switched jobs. There we go. Nearly missed you. Glad to see you. Shane, I hope you got a good job. I hope you got something that you really like, something you could sink your teeth into. And again, it's so true. If you've got a let's see, what is it? If you've got a job you love, you never work a day in your life. I agree, but I can disagree with that. Work is work is work. I don't care, right? If you love it or not, it's still a job. It's still. But Shay, nonetheless, I hope it's a good job. Hope you love it, and I hope you're very successful at it. Good. Glad to see your name pop up too. Let's see, Austin. Oh man, Austin, yeah. So you keep on me on this. So need video ideas. We're all still waiting for that armor series. First video I've watched live in over a year. Definitely glad I caught this one. Oh, I'm gonna answer that one. Potential spam. Oh, let me get on that one. Yeah, they call me at their convenience. I don't think so. Hey, when do you eat dinner? Can I call you back then? Right? When you eat dinner, I'll return the call. Um, yeah, Austin, let's see. Oh, well, first off, I'm glad you caught this one, and I hope it's worth your time. I really do. I know the armor. Man, it's really body language. Gee, a little bit, right? It needs to be done. It needs to be done. It just needs to be done. Ah, there's so many reasons I haven't. No, there's not so many reasons. There's only one reason I haven't. I just don't feel like it's as up to par as some of the stuff I see out there. I've made a bunch of them. I've made over 400 suits. I used to a company here in Atlanta that sells swords and armor and stuff like that used to carry a lot of my products. That's actually how I started my first business, Dorsett House. Um, we sold full suits and then we sold the pieces and parts. I know I sold over 400. And Roman Cuirass, the segmentata. God, I'm starting to forget all this. I'm starting to forget these names. Cingulum, belt, segmentata. Anyway, it wasn't technically a segmentata. It was the pecs and the abs. I formed pecs and abs. They were good looking. I liked them. Anyway, I had a church. Oh, and I did a cross thing, kind of a Roman cross thing, but you could tie stuff on. I had one church order 4 full suits of the Roman and like 28 of the cross pieces all at one time. Yeah, I think I made 60 something pieces of armor for the Passion plays in the spring at one point. Yeah. Okay, the only reason it works, my armor's great. I love it. It just the chouse connect to the cuirass. War belts, double war belts, absolutely. Everything's there. I think the weight comes in at like 34, 36 pounds, which doesn't really sound like a lot. The problem is that every bit of that weight is right here. It's right on your shoulders. Now, all my suits are padded. I've got good thick padding on the armor. Right. On the armor, I've got good padding, so it actually sits up a little bit. Maybe it's just me. And maybe it's the fact that I try to wear it at the Ren Fair for 8 hours with, little alcohols involved, little anyway, I just okay, it's in the works. I know. And I know. I wanna release the armor so bad. I just don't feel like it's up to par for y'all. I just don't. I just don't. Okay. Stay on me. Stay on me and we'll get there. Same with that beautiful buffalo hide. Ugh. It's just I okay, for those of us not familiar with this, I bought a buffalo hide and I didn't think to grab it at a show. I was I was this I'm gonna make this thing is freaking huge. It's like 7 by 8.5, maybe not. It weighs like 30 pounds. This thing, I thought, oh, I'm gonna make a pair of woolies. These are I'm in the old west. Top fashion was hair on chaps, woolies, right? I have yet to I don't wanna cut into this. I don't okay, that goes against everything I preach because new folks, here's a great tip for you. Um, when you're starting out in leathercraft, don't go for the most expensive piece of leather. In fact, find a good cut, like our single shoulders or our bellies. Here's why. Because I don't want to be scared to cut into that leather because I'm gonna make a mistake. I'm gonna mess up that leather and that money I spent is wasted. That's the worst thing we could do. If we buy a belly for 22 bucks or something like that, first off at Weaver, don't get your bellies from anybody but Weaver. I promise you, I've seen other people's bellies. Ours are beautiful and big, great useful leather. One company out there who shall remain nameless, their bellies, I tell you what, you can't get 15% of good leather out of those things. They look like they came out of the dumpster, right? The point is I want the new folks to cut into that piece of leather with no worry about cost. Don't worry about cost. Dive in. On the buffalo hide, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm so stay on me about that one too. Uh, anyway, okay. So anyway, I'll get it. I'll get it. I just see these flying by. Um, Yeah, that's Shane Cessna. That's right. Would be awesome to have an entire armor series with Chuck one piece at a time. That's what we're talking about. Is I think it's 7, it's a series of 7 videos. And let's see if I can remember because I'm getting out. I'm not like I used. I forget stuff. Okay, so we've got our cuirass, pauldrons, counters, Bessegu, arm guards, war belts, tassets, chouse, greaves, cloak. Excuse me, sorry, cloak. And then, okay, the best thing about a suit of armor is the bolt-ons. It's like a '66 Mustang. You can add anything to it and bolt it on because now, and I think we've done this. Actually, maybe last time we talked about this, or maybe the time before, there's so many extra products or projects that go onto a suit of armor. It's like a 5-year project. Well, the armor itself is 108 pieces, and that's not including hardware. That's just leather. I've got 5 suits in my shop. I don't know what to do with them. And that actually we're gonna segue over to this because of that reason. Okay, so anyway, also, we're not doing a giveaway this week. Sorry, y'all. The boss said, let's do one a month. Let's do every other week. Um, because I mean, if you showed up, you're getting a gift from Weaver. I mean, that's how I look at it. President of the company, Jason, I don't think he would look at that as fondly as I do. Yeah. So we're gonna do that every other week. So next week, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna pick something great. I'm gonna pick something great. I'm gonna do my best. And I should be congratulating our viewer that won last time. I didn't think to look at that in the comments this morning. Well, that's a fail on my part. Ah, I'll get more up to speed on doing these. And we're a little bit rough on the giveaways too. Mainly nobody's rough but me, right? And I'm sorry, I need to mention that it's the contiguous US. And I'm sorry, y'all all over this beautiful world that it's just the shipping has gotten bat crap ridiculous lately. I could almost take something to Canada cheaper than it is to drive it. I mean, than to ship it. And I'm almost not kidding on that. Almost. Anyway, so sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, uh oh, Chris is asking about the pink leather. That's our pink suede. That's the hot pink and the lavender. We just got in new colors in suede. We're going to talk about that notes from the boss. Yeah, because our next project. Oh, I can't wait. I'm starting on this one. I actually technically started a little earlier, but oh, that's all we're going to look at. Oh, isn't that cool? It's anyway, we're not going to go with the rust on the inside. We're going to go with a really pretty suede. And we're going to do a braid on this one too. A Mexican or Spanish basket weave. I think this is going to be beautiful. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. All right, Chris, but thank you nonetheless because I got on a rant there. Anyway, yeah, that's our suede. We have, and I'm not kidding. I bought suede from a bunch of other companies. Weaver has the prettiest, highest quality suede I've ever seen. Some of these colors are absolutely gorgeous. The lavender and the turquoise and the purple. They're magnificent. Anyway, we'll see one of those in this next video. All right. Anyway, I'm rolling there off on a rant. But Chris, thank you for asking me. I love our suede. I think we've got the prettiest suede ever. I really do. Okay, enough of that. Night for today. Next giveaway, dinner with Jill. Okay, how about that? I bet you would be up for that. We'll put it on the company card. Everybody will be happy. Hey, what about me? Can I go? All right. So let's see. Let's see. Brett Cheshire, war belt. That one jumped out at me. I'm working on my first war belt now. Almost done. Brett, if you're not familiar with the fan page, put that on the fan page. If you don't want to, now, I mean, everybody, even if you're new at Leathercraft, drop a project on the fan page because you're going to get all kinds of people going, oh, I love it. It's your first project. It's going to make people even love it more. You're not kidding because we know you're on your way. Right. So anyway, but also too, Brent, if you don't want to put it on the fan page, send a picture of it. Right, send a picture. We've got an email right on our homepage, Weaver Leather. I'd love to see a picture of that. I really would. I love the war belts. I like the two, 1.5 and then 1.25, because that to me is so period looking. I just with the knight's knot and that long tongue on it, that to me is so period. One was for your sword, the balance was your pouch and dagger. Anyway, all my suits of armor have 2 war belts on them now, but 1 war belt looks great, especially on something like a gambeson or a tunic. Oh, man. Nice cloak over that. Got your dagger tucked in, pouch. I'm rolling again. I know for all you folks that aren't into the historical or the period stuff, I know I get off on a rant now and then, but we'll bring it back to the more mainstream stuff. But there's so many ways. Love the Ren Fairs. Let's see. Oh, Bridget Benson. Bridget's with us and covering all the bases. Bridget, is there a giveaway this week? Giveaway just in case. Just covering the bases just in case. No, we don't have a giveaway this week, but we'll definitely have one next time we get together. And I'll pick something good. I'll pick something really pretty. Maybe one of our beautiful pieces of suede. That would be a nice giveaway. Yeah. So, okay, let's see. Oh, I need to catch up here. Brett, there you go. Yeah, I'll put it up on Facebook when done. Love to see that. Love to see your design and your creativity. Oh, and two, if you think about it, get a pic of you in your costume with a war belt on. I'd love to see that as well. So let's see. Crystal Hennington's with us. Nice. Are you serious? Oh, good Lord. Okay, Crystal. Chuck, I tooled a pirate ship that is smaller than a lighter. It is part of my miniature tooling series called Small Stuff. Crystal, I'm not familiar with this, but I'll find it. In fact, one way or another, I'll find it, Crystal. Absolutely. That is cool. Oh, the miniature. I've seen some miniature tooling that I'll never be there. It's just not in this lifetime. It's just not in this life. I haven't a hard enough time with bigger stuff, but wow, Crystal, can't wait to see that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Does anybody remember? It's kind of a craft that's fallen off the chart. Does anybody ever remember seeing ships in a bottle where somebody would literally build a ship inside a bottle? That's old school. I don't know if I've seen one of those in years and years, but that now, what a trick that is. I mean, wow. Anyway, okay. Uh, let's see, let's see, Mike and I, 1311. Uh, Dropped my latest on the page a couple of days ago. Sworn that I'll be wearing it at a wedding and then to Highland Games. Oh, how cool is I haven't been on. I'm sorry I didn't get on the fan page this morning. I just trying to get something started and shot. Oh, I like to do shout outs for everybody on the fan page. But Mike and Ike, I'll find that. I'll be on this evening and I'll comment on that. I can't. Good reason to get me back over there. I tend to fall off of the wagon from time to time. And I'll go a couple of days without getting on the fan page. And then I'll get embarrassed that I haven't been on the fan page. And that makes it worse. That makes it work. I'll get back on the fan page, I promise, because I want to see a war belt and I want to see that. Very cool. Uh, Let's see, Brian Smith. I got a little bit of this read. I was wondering what is your opinion on designing your own patterns versus using pre-made. I like using patterns, but I feel like I'm missing on practicing designing them by doing that. Brian, that's a big question. It goes pretty deep because to me, I like to we can use patterns, but I'd like to say let's use those as a jumping off point to create our own design that looks nothing like that original pattern because now we make it our own. But also we're not stepping on toes. If we do that, we never if it's ours, we create it from scratch, never an issue, right? That somebody else did that first or somebody else has made that or copyright or what. We never have to worry about that. Well, that's one point. The bigger point, though, we make it our own. We make it our own. We use the dye colors we like, the shapes, add pockets where we want or change your design up just enough to where it doesn't resemble that original pattern. Then let's come in with our designs, our decorations, tooling or stamping or dye or antique or hardware finishes or forming or molding. There's so many ways we can go with leathercraft and that's what has always irritated me about people that copy other products. Oh, they're out there. In fact, there's a big country starts with and ends with Ina. They don't care about copyrights, not their problem. Um, the thing is that it's almost to me harder to copy something than to create your own. I mean, to me, it really is. I'm kind of up to speed on making patterns, right? I've been doing it a while, but as you kind of start designing the designing patterns as you work in leathercraft, it kind of goes hand in hand because you're starting with simpler products or projects, and so therefore you're working on simpler patterns. So they each get better as you progress. Well, again, I like to make my own. I like to start from scratch, but that doesn't mean I'm not starting with an idea from somewhere else. Like, great example, Google, leather purse, leather bag, you're going to get, and then hit images, and they are just going to stack. Let's look for a bag we love, but then let's take that bag, let's make it our own. So there's no resemblance there. But again, the outcome there is now our work is indicative of us. It looks like something we made. And I'll tell you what, the best compliment you can ever hear is, oh, that looks like Chuck's work. Yeah, score. Because now, again, like I said, I like antique nickel. I love the light brown pro dye with a medium brown antique. I love the white stitch line when we're hand sewing. So there's all these little elements that go into what you like, therefore indicative of what you make and what your products look like. So yes, patterns are great. Absolutely. Now for us crafters too, if we're just making something for us and we're not, making these with the intent to sell, doesn't matter. But we're making somebody else's project, doesn't matter. Um, Also something that's odd to me is when someone puts up, free pattern, you can make 10 of these to sell. But that's ridiculous. How do they if you're gonna make your patterns available, that's part of it. That's just part of it. Deal with it, right? If you're making your patterns available to the public, they're buying them, they damn well own that now. So to me, that's always been ridiculous. If I'm gonna release a pattern, it's yours. I mean, do with it as you like. If you sell it, that's great. If you change it, that's great. It's part of it. So adjust, right? Adjust. So anyway, all right. Back from a rant. Let's do this because, all right, last time we did a challenge. Let's everybody take something from our bin of misfit projects. Now, that is the name I was trying to find. I could, whoever came up with that, I'm so sorry I can't find your comment from last time. Drop it in. I'll do my best to find it, but that's a perfect name. The bin of misfit projects because I've got mine's overflowing. Mine's overflowing. Okay. So when doing this, I kind of figured out that it's not just a bin of misfit projects. I've actually got 4 categories, maybe more. And I'm not saying everybody out there is going this route. This is just me, I hope. Anyway, so this challenge turned into kind of a headache. And I was like, oh, did I really do that? Yeah, I really did. Because, okay, first off, in this bin, this age old gun belt. Well, I hang this on the wall. I got stuff on every wall. I got crap everywhere. So where do I put that? Okay, so all right, so our categories, right? Okay. So first off, we've got products in here that are just not done. And here's a perfect example. This has been sitting on my dadgum, it sat on my workbench for about a year, and then it finally ended up in that bin. This is going to be a pair of lace-up leggings. I just love that border. I'm going to put this in on a project here. I don't know if it'll be out. It may be a month, maybe a month and a half before that project comes out, but I picked a good project to drop in that cool border. This is a pair of lace-up leggings. Okay, pulled these out. I've ordered the hardware. Okay, it's not in the works yet, but I've actually made a move in the right direction. Okay, so first off, we've got a category in this bin of just not done products that we've hit a roadblock. Don't know what hardware to use or don't know exactly how to do this. Okay, so they get set aside. All right, next category, broken beyond repair. Okay, these are things, and I could grab 6 of them. Anyway, these are things that are just messed up. Right? They ain't coming back. But I can't pull myself to throw them away. Okay, that's category number 2. Number 3, experiments. Just experimenting. And I've actually got a couple of these. So right here, this is a perfect example. Working on a project, and I want to make sure, first off, our leather. Secondly, our liner leather. It's not too thick. It's not going to stack too much. But also, we've got these gorgeous corners. Yeah, and even some more. In fact, I'll just use this. Aren't those cool? I think that's the coolest corner I've ever seen. Got to work that into a project. So anyway, that category is simply experimental stuff that I need to kind of keep around. So maybe if I go to a project like this again, I can pull up that little sample piece and I know what I'm doing. Another great example. How close is my sewing machine going to get to a corner on a pouch, like a briefcase, belt pouch? So experiments. Let's see, the next one, and this is the last thus far, I think. There's probably more things I just don't want to, I don't want to throw them away. I don't want to give them away. Like right here. Okay, great example. I made this years and years ago. This came out of that same bin, right? Okay, let's do this. When did I make this? Let's look at got an organizer inside. Let's see what the date is on this. 2012. I made that 11 years ago. Never used it. Never once, did not put a single mark in this. It's one of those projects I just made to see if I can make it. All right. But also, this brings up another point, and we're going to talk about this in a second for the new folks. Just kind of a funny tip for new folks regarding projects. You'll see what I mean. Okay, you're not guilty of this. I definitely am. I'm just tossing it out there. Okay, so right here, I've got a rapier carrier body that I've tooled. I've cut through it because I'm going to I should have grabbed a piece of suede. Anyway, I'm going to bring another color in behind that. I just can't decide which is the perfect color of suede to go behind that. Okay, so let's just call that one not yet done. Okay, that's not yet done. Here's got a cool little, again, to see if we can make it a cool little pouch. What am I going to do with this? Okay, here's one, just a cool little zipper pouch. I lined it right there. I've lined that. We've got our deer tan cow on the back. That's our canvas on inside. And we just got a cool little zipper pouch. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do with these things? Okay. And we did a video on this. Yeah, wristbands or the arm guards, right? The filigree arm cards. I've got 2 pieces cut, ready to stamp. Okay, that probably goes in the just not there yet category. Here's one. Okay, did a video on the Santa belt. Beautiful Santa belt, right? Well, each time I do a video, I'll make one first just to make sure I'm up to speed on it. Everything fits, everything works, right? I've got 3 Santa belts that, as far as I can tell, are absolutely identical. I can't remember why I made 3 of these. Now, Shirley, I made one and stopped calling me Shirley, right? So I know I made one of these as the sample for the video. And by the time we get dye on it, I can finish it out from there. I know it's going to happen to set spots and rivets and buckles and whatnot. So I don't know why I have 3 of these. In fact, there's the natural veg undyed. We did a video on this. Yeah, it's a Santa belt. So what I'm thinking, okay, so getting towards Christmas, how about we do a giveaway? Let's see if we can find 3 skinny Santas. Yeah, because these are made to me. These are probably a 34, 35, maybe 36 at most, which kind of goes against the grain of a Santa. Santa's not skinny. He's big and merry and happy and all is good, right? So anyway, maybe we can do a giveaway. Maybe if we can find 3 skinny Santas, we'll give them each a belt. How about that? Maybe we can do that as we get close to Christmas. Which, speaking of, I'm working on my schedule for videos until November. And it ain't far away. November is not that far away. In fact, probably here in the next couple of lives, we're going to start talking about prepping for Christmas gifts. Yeah. Yeah, we better start early. Nah, let's start Christmas Eve. Let's start our projects Christmas Eve. That's more in line with the way I do everything. Yeah, okay. I hope y'all aren't the same. One more. I've got a cute little. Yeah. I'm not sure who I made this for. We had a great little dog. His name, best dog name ever, Bob Barker. Right? Right. Best dog name ever. I think this was Bobby's. He passed a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. What am I gonna do with all this stuff? I got leather projects coming out of my ears. Got 5 suits of armor in this shop. I bet I have 500 projects in this shop. I don't know what to do with all of them. It's a quandary. It's a conundrum. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so on the challenge, I hope y'all didn't run into the same issues I did. I hope y'all picked something out of your bin of misfit projects and actually, finished something, got it completed, and it's beautiful. I hope that's the outcome that we started here with that challenge. For me, it was a disaster. Technically not. I've got a project. Actually, I've probably got 4 projects that came out of there that I need to just, suck it up, pick a color, and move on. Get on with it, right? That's right. We have to use a little tough love in these situations. Get on with it. Pick a color, right? Okay. So, let's see. I do have a craft fail. I have a utterly ridiculous craft fail. I cannot believe this. All right. So craft fails, we're going to segue over into craft fails. For the folks that are new, if you haven't been here, we like to highlight everybody's fails, right? Well, now there's a fun purpose behind this and a serious purpose behind this. The fun side, let's talk about our mistakes, right? Therapeutic seems to help, right? Now there's, some bad language. There's pretty ugly gestures, right? These can happen. But the point is, with our craft fails, the big point is let's laugh at these because what else can we do? But the other, even bigger point, I think, is for the new folks. We all mess up. We all make mistakes, even the best leather crafters in the world. Okay, I'm going to leave them out of this. Let's leave them out of this. But for the rest of us, we all make mistakes. We absolutely do. So for the new folks, making a mistake can be almost one of the best things you do. And I know that sounds like, great theories and bright blah, blah. The point is when you screw up a project, well, first off, we learn, well, let's don't do that again. Okay. But secondly, we may very well, and this has happened to me, we may very well stumble into a technique that we never thought of. We may come up with a cool design that never would have crossed our minds if we hadn't screwed up a project. So, in all honesty, screwing something up, it can be about the best thing that happens to you. Okay, but not in this case. This is not one of those stories. So, I got, oh, I love these belts, right? This is a Weaver blank. We have some beautiful veg tan blanks. So I put in this nice design. I've got a good little cool stamp, kind of a traditional. It's got a continuous mule's foot and a veiner, right? And I like to draw. I love spots. Well, we knew that, right? My last video, I did not add spots to this project, and it killed me the whole time. I almost added spots. In fact, I had spots on the table while I was shooting the video. I restrained myself. And we're going to talk about that because we're going to come back to this for the new folks. All right. I know we're just segueing all over the place here. My wife, Jill, she calls it ping ponging. It's a good name. So anyway, it's a beautiful belt, isn't it? I love every bit of this. Here's where your buckle's going to land. Notice the spots here. Very bad placement. These are actually on the hole where the buckle's going to set. Man, I was setting spots. I was a spot setting machine. Really? And now this beautiful belt, it could work. It could work, but it's not. Not for us leather crafters. I'm not going to let a buckle sit on top of a spot. Absolutely not. So craft veil. Oh, and I've probably got more. We're just not going to go into those. Let's don't open that old chestnut. Okay. So one more. Goodness, man, it's 3:51. I got crap. We still have a lot of stuff to talk about here. If I could shut up, my videos would be a lot shorter. Okay, let's do this because we're just going to take a quick minute on this because, good Lord, this is flying by. For the new folks, funny point, but it is a good point. Okay. No, I'm sure nobody here is prone to doing this. Just me. I'm the only one guilty here, but I do at least want to bring it up because, at least to me, it's a point. Okay. When I start a project, my first thought is, oh man, I'm gonna add a braid, I'm gonna add spots, I'm gonna add hardware, I'm gonna wet form some pockets, I'm gonna do some stamping, I'm gonna do tooling, and then I'm gonna do the antique, and then I'm gonna paint some, then I'm gonna cut through that, I'm gonna bring in a swipe fill. The point is that we can actually make a project that looks like a yard sale. It's everything we know how to do on it, we do on it. Perfect example. That's a great example of trying to put everything you know how to do on a single project. To me, less is more. Less is more. Now, great point. I'll see a briefcase now and then that is just absolutely tooled. Even the billets are tooled. Wow. As leather crafters, we know that's not one big stamp that goes chunk and it's done and it goes to die and it's the layperson. That doesn't really know. We know that entire briefcase has been done with a stamp about that freaking big, right? We know this. Blows us away. Well, now to me, I'm not knocking that. Please, no, I'm not knocking that because I'll never be there, most likely. But to me, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Like, say, a briefcase. I would prefer like maybe just a little tooling down in the corners. Less is more. But to me, now the eye, it's not so our eyes aren't so blown away by all of it. I almost feel like I can concentrate more on these little designs or these little details, and I almost get more out of it. Now I'm not knocking, I'm not. Just my opinion, right? I like less is more. I think less is more, absolutely. And that is not less is more. Oh, it's beautiful and I love it. But again, you can tell I tried to put in everything I knew at the time had to do. So the point is, maybe let's back off a little restraint, maybe, so our projects don't look like a yard sale. That's the only thing I'm saying there. That's the only thing. I know nobody out there is guilty of that except me, but I'm just tossing it out there. Okay. Got to do new notes from the boss because, well, I want to keep my job. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is funny. because this is Miriam. Um, she brought it. First of all, you are our suede guy. I guess it's obvious that I like our suede. Um, we have new colors on our suedes, and they're beautiful. I didn't even know this. I'm so detached, from the mothership. I'm like out there, blah blah. Who, that guy. Anyway, we've got some anyway, got some new colors of suede coming through, and they're beautiful. Okay, I've got 4 ordered. I think Miriam's ordering those for me today. She's gonna get them sent to me. So the next time we get together, I'll have some pretty new suede. In fact, I tell you what, let's do this. Where's my pen? I swear I spend my whole life looking for my pen, my glasses, and my damn phone. I do. I'll remember. I'll remember. We're going to look at some of my favorite suede colors the next time we get together. How about that? Maybe that's a great giveaway next time. No, we won't pick a color. Now, don't hold me to this because I got to go okay with the boss. And she's going, oh, crap. La, 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 la. Don't. Anyway, most likely what we'll do is we're going to give away a piece of suede. You pick the color. That'll nail it. You pick the color. I'll give you some suggestions. I'll just tell you some of the colors I think are really beautiful. So anyway, God, I've missed every one of these, y'all. I'm so sorry. Uh, Chaos is fun, y'all. Got some all kind. Oh, and I got little hearts flying up there. Uh, let's see, LS. Really enjoyed your recent gun sheet vid. Nice. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I've got one over there. I've also got one over there in the bin of misfit projects because I tried to make. I do a second one. I like blah blah. I make one, then I do the video. It looked good. It looked good, and then I went to do a detail, screwed it up beyond recognition, tossed it aside, walked away from it. Crap. Anyway, so El, thank you for that comment. That means more than you know. It really does. Let's see. It's Liana. Uh, oh, well, nice, Liana. Well, first off, I'm glad you're with us. First off, I'm glad to see your name pop up. Y'all, Daniel Bennett, everybody, if I didn't see your name, please forgive me. I've been on a rant about one thing or another. Daniel Bennett is with us. Let's see. Oh, and okay, everybody's commenting here. Yeah, okay. Uh, oh, yeah. Let's see. Creative mess. When you're in the groove, the mistakes come later. That's in that the groove. We're jamming. We are on a roll. Forget the fact that we just went off the end of whatever we're doing and we're still going. But anyway, so let's see. Tila Level, form follows function. You're exactly right there. Yeah, I'm seeing some guilty there. I go back after we sign off. I just skim through these. I laugh. I cry. Y'all, thanks for some of the best comments ever. I I just want to sit back and read these. I got nothing to add to this. I got nothing to add. Anyway, uh, let's see. Lawn Dart Actual all right. Just snagged some V-cut leather along with the diamond chisels. Can't wait. Oh, the V-cuts. Okay, what a V-cut is, if you're not familiar with, it's a double shoulder. It's just a natural veg tan double shoulder. But these come from Brahma bulls, and Brahma's got that big hut. So they make a V-cut in the hide around that because that ain't gonna tan. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Let's don't. Anyway, so they make a V-cut because it's a Brahma. These things are like 7 feet long. They're not 7 feet. I'm exaggerating. The boss is going, no, la, la, don't say that. Magnificent piece of leather. Very affordable. Oh, and the diamond chisels. You're going to love the diamond chisels. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, chaos is fun. But I'm just running out of time. 3:59. How did 9 minutes go by so fast? Let's do this because I feel strongly about this. But we're going to go like 2 minutes over because I want to mention the new folks, folks that have joined us. So, Michael Beard, is working on getting into leather. Michael, I hope you're back with us. Hope you jump in. You'll love it. Keep us up to speed on that one. Robert Little, M. Brooks, Godwin 13, Terry Hatton, commenting on handmade. We are We agree on that one, absolutely. Cindy Tumlin, she's Alabama. Cindy's our friendly neighbor. Yeah, absolutely. Bear Paw Forge and Andrew Podobed from Minsk. Minsk. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I hope I'm pronouncing y'all's name correctly. But y'all, I'm glad you're with us, and I hope it's worthwhile. I hope you found it fun enough to come back and interesting enough. So let's see. Okay, one more product of the week because we got to mention this. Just use this in a project. I don't mind cutting fringe, but look at this. Pre-cut fringe. There we go. Pre-cut fringe. We don't have to cut our own fringe. The best part, well, two great parts about this. First off, ridiculously affordable. I was surprised. Secondly, this is our deer tan cow, which means it's a very supple leather and it drapes beautifully. And we've got this in every one of our deer tan cow colors: black, white, gold, and brown. Love it. In fact, you'll get to see it here shortly. I think let's see. I just finished this video. I think it'll be out a week from this Friday. It's a cool little pouch. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. Simpler project, and then we're going over to the. I can't wait to start on this one. I am so excited about this. I hope it's a good project. I hope so too. See, I'm showing off what I'm doing now. The competition is going to get the jump on us, aren't they? I hope not. All right, so y'all, we're gonna wrap it up. I cannot believe how fast that went. Um, I'm sorry if I have not seen everybody and mentioned your name and said hello. I apologize for that. But thank you for making this what it is. I even had more to talk about. I will do our best to get to this next time. Okay. So we're gonna wrap it up. But again, like leaving family, it takes us 20 minutes. Bye y'all. Love you. See you soon. Call me, talk to you. Hate to go. Really do. Dapper Mando. Good to see your name pop up. All right. So yeah, I know I could just anyway, love spending this time with y'all more than you know. I hope y'all feel the same way. I really do. I hope y'all feel the same way. Hope it's better lighting this time. Next time we get together, we're gonna give away something great. I can't wait. All right, because I'm gonna get one too. I want to get one too. All right. All right. Well, y'all, okay. First off, good luck with your projects. We got to drop that in there. But also, y'all have a great 2 weeks. Halfway through the week, hump day, Wednesday, weekends coming up. Some of us a little closer than the rest, and I'm envious, but we'll get there. Hope you have something great on your table. Hope you have a great project. Actually, a bigger hope. I hope you complete a project that you absolutely love. That's what it's all about. Best craft ever. All right. So, y'all, we'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll do my best to have some fun stuff to talk about. So, all right. Love you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for making it what it is. Love y'all. Bye.